Hey guys, I'm just finishing up putting ARP studs in. Basically when you do these, you want to put them in the block hand tight only. I repeat, hand tight only. Don't crank on them with some vice grips, don't crank on them with some monkey wrenches or something. Hand tight only. It really helps if you clean the threads. ARP suggests you chase the threads of any dirt, clean out any liquids inside so you prevent hydrolock. You give you a lube for an assembly, but these are going to come back out anyways. So I'm going to save the lube for when I do final assembly. That way I'm not wasting any of the lube for torquing. So, there's 7/16 and 8mm. 7/16 are your mains. 8mm go out on the side. Clean your bed plate on both sides to make sure it's contact. When you final assemble, I'm going to put some bed bead sealer. So all I'm doing is just putting these in hand tight for now, and then I'll be torquing these, or it's probably just going to have to come off anyway, so I may leave it as is. This machinist is going to have to take this apart anyways, maybe to do line board, so he has to grind it down and then put these back in, which is alright. And these are 12-point nuts that are on here. So when you put these on, you're going to use a 12-point socket. So 7/16 is going to be about a 1/2 inch 12-point. So make sure when you install these, hand tight. If they start to get a little tight and there's still a thread left, don't crank on them. You'll cross the threads and you'll mess them up. You do not want that. Take it out, chase the threads again, and then try again. When you torque these, you'll torque these to 80 foot-pounds, but I'm only going to torque these to half that spec. We'll do it in 3 steps up to 80 foot-pounds. But I'm going to do this in half because it's going to come back out, and you only need half for line board and to take measurements. You don't need full quarter. It's not good. Boy, I left my adapter. Fortunately, I'll see this tomorrow. I had forgotten to get my torque wrench from work, as I came home. So I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to snug these up so they don't come off as I transport the block to the machinist, which is north of me, where I live. For those who know me personally, you know where that is. So 8mm is going to be 16th head. Oh, ooh. I use a 10mm instead. 10mm for 8mm studs, and a 1/2 inch for 7/16 studs. Now where do I sit the ratchet? So again, I'm only going to snug these up. I'm not going to go full bore. With these, you want to work your way out in a clockwise rotation. Now, when you get snug, go about 1/2 a turn to 3/4 of a turn. This is so you don't distort the bed plate. here. I don't know what right now. Snug. Snug. Okay, these 10mm, same thing. And it's also best if the filter adapter is not on. Made the mistake of doing that when I took this out of the junkyard. I forgot to bring the right socket for that. So again, have the right tool. Sometimes it's acceptable to use the wrong tool, but only on certain things. When I do final assemble on this, there's going to be a different torque pattern. Right now this is sufficient enough. And a good way to put a crank seal into this main bearing seal in the rear is to have the two separated on a build. If the block is coming out of the car or it's still in the car and you have to do one, you're going to have to find the right seal driver. And those are a pain to find sometimes. And I'm just going to go around, check these. Make sure they're just snug, they're not full on tight. The reason why I went back to check these is because these four were a little loose. The beds hadn't seated properly all the way. So that's why you go back and check your torque. That's why after you go through the initial torque, you'll go through it again and you'll follow manufacturer specifications. Now, the head studs, same thing. Right. There's the port. Engine stands make this really easy. Especially hand cranked ones, but they're expensive. Just put that in that. Save all the packaging and slips, and nuts and washers can. In case you can use it again. You have to take the engine apart. Okay, same thing, the ARP head studs. These are all the same Some are shorter, some are longer. They use the same, they are the same size. Now, remember, again, hand tight only. There's 4 shorter and the rest are long. The longer ones go here, the 4 shorter ones go in the end. Again, make sure that hex key is face up. Here, 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 here. 4 shorter ones are going to go here, 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 and here. Again, hand tight. This is going to get torque plate when it's getting honed and bored, inline bored, so that you have a true line bore and a true 90-degree angle from line board to hone, to bore and hone. Again, do not monkey wrench these, do not vice grip these, hand tight. If you have to use something to put these in, especially a hex key, do not do it. You'll cross thread these and it will be a pain to fix. It's not recommended to heal a coil, something you have to torque, like especially on a head gasket. See, this one's a little snug, but this one's okay. I can feel it. Something just stops and you have to wrench on it and there's still threads left, you know something's wrong.